10th century, the Catalan Count, Brull II, breaks the serfdom with the Frank king, and the predominance of Barcelona begins. The 11th century is the time of compilation of usages, the earliest laws in Catalonia. The union of Catalonia with Provence and Aragon was in the 12th century, as well as the end of the reconquest of the princedom and the first text written in Catalan, Homilies d'Organyà. Catalonia is made of farmers and masters.
The expansion of Catalonia through the Mediterranean began in the 13th century. Catalonia has the first court. This is the time of the kings James I the Conqueror and Peter the Great, as well as important writers such as Ramon Llull, Arnau de Vilanova or Ramon Muntaner. This is the Catalonia of the farmers, masters, merchants and craftsmen.
To see Catalonia better, James I of Aragon walks up to the top of San Jeroni at sunrise. What a pedestal for the statue! For the giant, what a view! The eagles nesting at the summit left him room. They only looked at the sky. He looks at the land at all. It seems so big and beautiful. His beloved.
During the 14th and 15th century, Catalonia lived the wars of the Romances, serfs' wars, confrontations between peasants tied to the land and their masters. John II, King of Aragon, supported the peasant cause, and the General Council supported the feudal lords. Finally, the sentence of Guadalupe in 1486 ended the wars that had ravaged the country. The sentence abolished misuse of the Catalan countryside but kept feudalism. The earth is ravaged and the farmhouse burned. The master wants to charge me for this fire.
The Lord wants me to buy and repair the working tools and I can hardly afford to eat.
We have nothing, we lost everything, but we cannot leave the farmhouse. The Lord wants us to pay the serfdom to be remade.
Me, Francesc de Verntallat, tell you, do not worry. Peasants in the stoles, la Vall d'en Bas, Santa Pau and Castellfollit to my orders. The time of slavery is over.
In the 15th century, there was the marriage of Isabel of Castile and Ferdinand of Aragon. This led to the dynastic union of the two crowns, but each of the kingdoms retained their laws and their constitution.
Me, King Ferdinand of Aragon, Duke of Montblanc, Count of Ribagorça, declare that marrying you, Isabella, Queen of Castile and Leon, my kingdoms will keep their laws and institutions.
Me, Isabella, Queen of Castile, declare that marrying you, Ferdinand, King of Aragon, my kingdoms will keep their laws and institutions. We will establish the Court of the Holy Office or Inquisition in all of them to ensure orthodoxy in the Catholic faith.
The absolutist monarchical states and manorial system they were based on provoked a series of peasant revolts that took place in Europe in the 17th century. Moreover, Catalonia felt unrest generated by the presence in different Catalan lands of Spanish troops. It was during the wars between France and Spain, part of the 30 Years' War. Spanish troops entered Catalonia to fight with the French in Roussillon and caused a great damage to the fields, acting sometimes as an occupying army. To this, you must add the crisis between the monarchy and the authorities of the princedom because of the taxes needed by the monarchy in men and in money to afford the European war. When the two causes coincided, the Catalan revolt began and lasted 12 years. It was in 1640.
I am Gaspar de Guzman, co-Duke of Olivares and expert all the peninsular kingdoms, to contribute in the same way so that Spain wins the war against France. I wanna stop telling the king that if he really wants to be king of Spain and the most powerful place in the world, all the peninsular kingdoms must obey the laws of Castile.
Philip I.
I am Philip IV of Castile, Aragon and Portugal. I tried to reform the monarchy without much success. Catalonia and Portugal revolted. I lost Portugal, however in Catalonia I could stop the revolt. In 1652 my armed forces entered Barcelona after a year of siege. I recognized nevertheless the laws and institutions of the principality.
Pau Claris.
I am Pau Claris, representative of the ecclesiastical and president of the Generalitat. I led the Catalan riot because the country couldn't stand the oppression it was suffering, as the Spanish monarchy required us more than we could give. Finally, I proclaimed the Catalan Republic under the protection of France.
I am Joan Pere Fontanella, politician and jurist from Olot. I was chief conciliar and president of the Council of War. I organized the resistance in Barcelona. Together with Pau Claris, I had conversations with the French government, which led to the Catalan Republic.
I am Cardinal Richelieu, First Minister of Louis III, King of France. I gave military support to the Catalan revolt and to the segregation from the Hispanic monarchy and the proclamation of the Catalan Republic under the French state. I did it for my interest. It wasn't too bad, as at the end of the war against the Hispanic monarchy, the Pyrenees Treaty, the Great France annexed Roussillon, Confluent, and part of the Cerdagne. Catalonia, great county, who saw you so splendorous? Now our Lord the King has declared war to us. The great Count Duke of Olivares always annoys him, saying,
Now it's time, my king. Now it's time to make war. You see what they've done against all Catalan people.
They followed villages and places to the site of Rio de Arenas. They burned one church, Santa Coloma was its name.
They killed a priest while giving mass. They burned alms and chasubles, altar cloths and patens, and the Holy Sacrament be praised forever.
They kill a knight at the church door, Mr. Luis of Furriá, and the angels with him. Bread which was not white was too dark, they said, and it was given to horse just to debase the land.
They turned it on the tap of the wine which was no good. And threw it on the streets, just to water the land. They dishonor maids before their relatives and kill their parents if they complain.
The viceroy was reported about the harm soldiers made.
I gave them permission, they can take much more.
Herrick did all. This is commotion on earth. They entered Barcelona, 1,000 strangers, with the name of rebels. It was harvest time.
They killed the first of the first century. They went to prison to let prisoners free. They killed respectives and magisters. They killed the viceroy when escaping to the galley.
The bishop blessed them with the right and the left hand.
Where is your captain? Which is your flag?
They saw good Jesus covered with a black veil.
Here is our captain. This is our flag.
Strike with your sickle, defenders of the land. Strike with your sickle.
In 1700, Charles II of Castile and Aragon died without offspring. He was the last Habsburg king of the Spanish monarchy. At that time, Europe was confronted because of balance among several powers, so the lack of descendants in the Spanish throne caused an international conflict. Castile and France support Philip of Anjou as king, the French king's grandson. They thought he would be a strong and centralizing king.
Catalonia, Portugal, and Great Britain support the Austrian pretender, the Archduke Charles of Austria. They thought he would be a king open to dialogue and deals. This finished with the Treaty of Utrecht in 1713. After a long fight, Philip became king of Spain with the name of Philip V, and Catalonia lost its laws and institutions.
I am Charles III. I could have been a good king for the Spanish monarchy. When my brother, the Austrian emperor, died, I have to succeed him, and unwilling, I have to abandon the Catalan cause.
My name is Rafael Casanova, honorable citizen of Barcelona. I was nominated chief consul and I decided to resist and defend the city from the Bourbon siege. The whole Catalonia resists before the Bourbon army, from Big Plain to Lluçanès, from Girona to Lleida and Cardona, but by image hosting Sant Eulàlia's flag, made history and the image of the resistance of the people of Catalonia to keep what they own.
My name is Philip V, the first Bourbon king in a Spanish state. It was hard to get the throne. Once I got it, I was clear. The Catalan institutions were wiped out and I built a new state, absolutist and centralist. I imposed unique laws and institutions and a unique official language.